Hare Krishna. So I thank all the devotees for joining with us on Gita for Youth for session 2, Chatushloki Gita. Yesterday we discussed 10.8 Bhagavad Gita. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattas sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam bhuta bhava samanvitah. Today we are going to discuss 10.9, 9th shloka. Before beginning, let me start with prayers and then we'll take a recap. Two members I request to say something what they learned in the last session. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. I request any two members for giving a recap of last session, yesterday's session. I welcome all the devotees for Chatushloki Gita sessions. Yesterday we discussed 10.8. Any two lessons from two devotees from yesterday's class? Any devotees, please?
May I?
Yes, Divya Mataji. Hare Krishna, please.
Hare Krishna. The thing which we saw in the last chapter was that Krishna is the supreme of everything and every god, and even Shiva and the Vasudevas, and we have the third main Brahma. Even they born from Krishna.
Yes.
From the head of Krishna. Means Krishna was born when no one was there. I mean, like no Vasudevas, no Shiva, nothing. They born all after Krishna.
Thank you very much, Divya Mataji. Very appropriately you mentioned the supremacy of Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna is the source of all the Devi Devatas. Krishna says in Gita, Aham Adir Hi Devanam. In the Narayana Upanishad, yesterday Prabhupada covers in the purport how Narayana was in the beginning. Narayanat Brahma Jayate, Narayanat Rudrascha Jayate. Like this he explains. Very wonderfully made this point. Thank you very much, Divya Mataji. One more devotee, one more recap from last session. Yes, one more. Hare Krishna. Yes, devotees. And I'm seeing a very, very wonderful devotees here. Hare Krishna. Yes, anyone? One more point from yesterday's session. Not remember anyone? Shriya, what did you learn yesterday? Shriya?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Shriya. Hare Krishna. Is it Shriya? Is that?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Shriya. Please, what did you learn yesterday?
Krishna is the Supreme Personality. He has all 6 excellences, he is complete. And he is the greatest. He is the Bhagwan.
Yes. Yes. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the Bhagavan. So what is the benefit if you understand this simple point? What do we get? What is the What is the end result? What is the result of understanding this simple fact? Krishna is the Supreme Lord.
That the one who worships Krishna,
Yeah, that's good, Divya. Very nicely made. If anybody understands that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, what he does naturally, he naturally worships Krishna. He naturally worships Krishna with a good intelligence. Bhuda, bhava, good intention. Bhuda, bhava, samanvita. He worships Krishna with a good intelligence and good intentions. Thank you very much. So let us start today another shloka, 10th chapter, 9th shloka. Hare. I will recite the shloka. Please join with me for the reciting the shloka. I will request 2 members to recite the shloka. Hear carefully. Matchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Shloka once again. Matchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Shloka once again. Matchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Any 2 members, any 2 volunteers would like to recite the shloka? Any 2 devotees? Try reciting the shloka. Yes, Lakshmi Priyanka, please recite.
Machchitta madgata prana bodhayantah parasparam kadayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha.
I would like to hear one more devotee reciting this shloka. Any devotee next? Someone else? Please recite. Yes, Shriya.
Machchitta madgata prana bodhayantas parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Hare Krishna.
Jai Ho. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So let me read the word-to-word meaning of this shloka. Matchitta, their minds fully engaged in me. Madgata prana, their lives devoted to me. Bodhayantaha, preaching. Parasparam, among themselves. Katayantaha, talking. Cha, also. Mam, about me. Nityam, perpetually. Tushyanti, become pleased. Become pleased. Cha, also. Ramanti, enjoy transcendental bliss. Cha, also. The translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. Purport. We will read one paragraph and then we will discuss. Purport. Pure devotees whose characteristics are mentioned here in this shloka. They engage themselves fully in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Their minds cannot be diverted from the lotus feet of Krishna. Their talks are all solely on the transcendental subjects. The symptoms of pure devotees are described in this verse specifically. Devotees of the Supreme Lord are 24 hours daily engaged in glorifying the qualities and pastimes of Supreme Lord. Their hearts and souls are constantly submerged in Krishna, and they take pleasure in discussing him with other devotees. Hare Krishna. So in the 10.8 shloka, we understand the supremacy of Krishna. Understanding the supremacy of Krishna, the devotees, they serve Krishna with a good intelligence and the good intentions. Now in the 10.9, Chatushloki Gita 8, 9, 10, 11, 10th chapter. In the 9th shloka, it is described the qualities of devotees. In the 8th shloka, it is mentioned just okay, they will bhajante mam bhuda bhava samanvitaha. They worship Krishna with a good intelligence and bhava. Okay. But in 9th shloka, it is more clearly given the details how the devotees' characteristics are. What are the qualities of devotees? How they dwell in Krishna always. How? Here in the shloka we see Krishna is a prime subject matter for his devotees. His devotees constantly, always, mat chitta, mat chitta. This devotee's chitta is always in Krishna, which means chitta means chetana, consciousness in English. It is called consciousness. So in the world, we see people, their consciousness is submerged in many subject matters. Some people consciousness is always absorbed in money. Money is sweeter than honey, brighter than sunshine. Some people say paisa mein hai paramat. Their life and soul is given for money. They constantly think how to earn money. Okay, now today I got 10,000 rupees. How I should get 1 lakh rupees? Okay, today I got 1 lakh rupees. How I can get 1 crore rupees? So whatever they see in the world, their consciousness is always thinks about money. Their chetana is constantly in the money. Some people, they are in opposite sex. How to please that girl, how to please this boy, how to flatter him, how to always in illicit relationships. Constantly they think about it. So some people, they constantly think about the family, career. Some people always think about career. Some people, they always think about the subjects, academic subjects. I remember in my college days, in my PUC, pre-university course, I heard one of our classmate in her hostel room, a girl, she was sleeping on a bed. Early morning when she woke up, she having with the pencil in her hand, she was calculating in the air. Oh, a plus b whole square. Oh, sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. She was having formulas in the air. So their friends, in the hostel roommates, they understood. She got mad. She became mad. So immediately she was shifted to hospital. So parents came and took her back to home. So there's sometimes people, they constantly absorb in academics. Yes, but it's very hard to see nowadays in the world. They're absorbed in movies, cricket. Some people consciousness is always in cricket, movies, politics. So these categories of people, there are so many subject matters outside to discuss. Some people discuss about politics, some people discuss about movies, some people discuss about Miss India, Miss World, politicians, great personalities, so many subject matters. But the pure devotees, their only subject matter is Krishna. The situation of a devotee is, no matter what kind of discussion comes to them, they cannot speak anything without using word Krishna. Without involving Krishna, they cannot speak. That is their weakness. They will always speak about Krishna. They cannot say anything other than Krishna. Once Srila Prabhupada was giving lecture, he asked his disciples to speak about on Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. So Prabhupada asked his disciples, please, you should speak Bhagavatam. I'm giving a training to you. I want to see how you give classes. So one of his disciples, Prabhupada disciples, started giving a class. He gave a class. And at the end of the class, after the end of the class, he came to Prabhupada. Prabhupada, please, any corrections, any guidance, any corrections on any comments on my class? And Prabhupada said, no matter, it's good, very good. The standard of the class, standard of the pravachan, discourse, depends on how many times you used Krishna word in your lecture. While you are speaking, how many times you use the word Krishna. That is the perfection of your lecture, Prabhupada says. So that is a pure devotees. Naturally, their consciousness turns towards Krishna. Naturally. Just like a person who is mad after money, naturally his mind goes into the money. Just like a young boy. If he falls in love with a young girl, this boy always thinks about that girl. Girl's address, girl's name, girl's phone number, he gets by hearted. And he knows their relatives, where she studies, what she does at this time. At this time, what she must be doing. At this time, what she must be doing. The boy constantly thinks about that girl. constantly. There will not be any single moment without the thought of that girl for him. Similarly, just like that, pure devotees of Krishna, they are always constantly thinking about Krishna. Mat chitta, mat gata prana. For the pure devotees, life and soul. Krishna is life and soul for the pure devotees. What else is another subject matter for them? They always speak about Krishna. That is the qualities of devotees. These are the qualities of devotees mentioned in this shloka. Mat chitta, mat gata prana, bodhayantam parasparam. The devotees, they help each other. They discuss about Krishna each other. One devotee says some pastime of Krishna. Another devotee says some other pastime of Krishna. They discuss the qualities of Krishna, how merciful Krishna is, how powerful Krishna is. The devotees of Krishna, they always constantly discuss about Krishna. Katayantascha nityam. They always discuss the pastimes of Krishna. Tushyanti charamanti cha. There, and what they do, they derive the pleasure from these discussions. From these discussions, they derive great pleasure. Tushyanti charamanti cha. People in the world, they are trying to derive the pleasure, happiness from money, from bike riding. Some people like long rides. They want to go long ride. Even sometimes I like it, going long rides. So people like it. Some people, they trying to get the happiness from the alcohol, drugs, addictions. Some people like watching pornography. So they wanted to drag some happiness from it. But the pure devotees, they always derive the pleasure from discussing about Krishna. That's why Srila Prabhupada introduced in ISKCON society this culture of discussions, culture of lectures, culture of seminars, culture of classes. We should discuss from Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna is speaking about devotees, about the world. What is Krishna's message? Krishna's pastimes in Bhagavatam. So Srila Prabhupada introduced this system in ISKCON, devotees among ourselves. We should constantly discuss about Krishna. That is a life and soul for a devotee. For a devotee, there is nothing, other than Krishna, there is nothing for him. What is other than pleasure, what he derives from Krishna consciousness, nothing is pleasurable for a devotee. Now, in the purport, Prabhupada explains more deep details. Let us see into that. Prabhupada explains, now, how many of us are at that stage? Now, question is, how many of us are at that stage of discussing about Krishna, speaking about Krishna, thinking about Krishna, remembering Krishna, and deriving pleasure from it? How many of us? Very hardly. I don't know anyone.
It is not such an easy thing, Prabhuji.
Yes.
We have to attend so much stage to do that.
That's not that much easy thing. That's why Prabhupada explains in the purport. He discusses very important concept practically for all of us. So Prabhupada explains in the next paragraph. He says, in the preliminary stage of devotional service, they relish the transcendental pleasure from the service itself. And in the mature stage, they are actually situated in the love of God. So there are two stages. There's a preliminary stage. There is a preliminary stage, and then there is a matured stage. In the preliminary stage, we don't have that much attraction, affection for Krishna consciousness. Somebody need to push us, somebody need to follow us. How many rounds you chanted today? Did you woke up today early morning? How many rounds of chanting Hare Krishna Mantra you did? Somebody need to be behind us, pinpoint. So they do it. So that is a preliminary stage. So at that stage, we should perform sadhana bhakti. As we practice sadhana bhakti with the senses, engaging our senses in Krishna consciousness, eyes take darshan of the Lord, tongue speak about Krishna, chant Krishna, take prasadam, ears hear about Krishna. This whole body, all our senses, we can engage in service of Krishna. That is also under the guidance of a devotees, sadhu guru. Because initially we need a training. We are at the preliminary stage, initial stage. We should be guided by the devotees. As we practice, we become mature. That is a mature stage. That time it's very, very easy. Naturally, our mind flows towards the Krishna's lotus feet. just like rivers flows towards the oceans naturally. No matter how many stumble blocks comes in between, how many stones comes in between, how many hill area comes in between, the water directly flows and gets into the ocean. Similarly, at the matured stage, our minds constantly, naturally turns towards Krishna. This is what Kunti Maharani says. This statement Kunti Maharani says, just like a river flows toward the ocean, let my mind flow towards you, O my dear Krishna. And Prahlad Maharaj says another statement. He says, just like iron naturally gets attracted towards magnet, let my mind naturally get attracted towards you, O Narasimhadeva. Prahlad says this. So that is at the matured stage. But in the preliminary stage, that is sadhana bhaktas. We are all sadhana bhaktas. So at this stage, very, very important precautions Krishna gives, cautions he gives, Prabhupada gives, explains in the purport. He says, Lord Chaitanya likens the transcendental devotional service to the sowing seed in the heart of the living entity. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Chaitanya Charitamrita in the Madhya Lila, he describes how sadhana bhakta, how sadhaka, how in the preliminary stage one should take care of his bhakti, bhakti lata beej. Just like we sow a seed, just like we sow a seed in the ground, and we water every day. We water every day, and we make a fence around the small plant. Plant starts growing. We make a fence out of it, around it, to avoid the dogs and goats to come and eat it. To avoid all that, we make a fence, and we water daily. And very importantly, we keep that plant under the sun, under the sun rays. Understanding? Under the sun rays we keep. Then that small bija, it grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. It becomes big matured tree, and it gives the fruits and flowers. Similarly, in the sadhana stage, in the preliminary stage, our Guru Krishna Prasadi Pai Bhakti Lata Beej. By the mercy of Guru, by the mercy of Krishna, we got the devotional seed in our heart. We should very, very carefully, we should grow that seed. Just like we water the bija in the ground, similarly we should chant Hare Krishna every day. Just like we water the seed, we should chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day. Just like we make a fence around the small seed, small plant, we should follow the 4 regulative principles every single day. And we should avoid the Durjana Sangatya. We should avoid the non-devotees association as much as possible. Just like we make a fence, in the bhakti also we should follow the 4 regulative principles and avoid the non-devotees. Just like we water the plant, we should chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Just like we keep the plant under the sun rays, similarly we also should take the association of devotees. In the association of devotees, performing bhakti becomes easy. It becomes easy. These are the precautions for all of us in the sadhana stage, in the preliminary stage. As we practice under the guidance of devotees, slowly and gradually and steadily, we become matured in Krishna consciousness. When we become matured in Krishna consciousness, that time it naturally becomes Chitta Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Katayantaschamam Nityam Tushanti Charamanti. It becomes naturally easy, naturally for us. But in the beginning stage, we should be under the training. So these are the classes we are taking so that we can initiate, get inspired. Yes. So you are all very intelligent boys coming up to Krishna consciousness, boys and girls. So please take it up very seriously. We are under the preliminary stage, sadhana bhaktas. Take it very seriously, get a training, chant Hare Krishna mantra regularly, take care of your Krishna consciousness from the goats and buffaloes, dogs. Make a fence out of it nicely by following the 4 regulative principles. Water every day, chant Hare Krishna every day. So in this way, we grow from the preliminary stage to matured stage. That's what Prabhupada explains in the purport. So in this way, Prabhupada, in this 10th chapter, 9th shloka, the devotees' characteristics are mentioned. These are essential 4 shlokas. Krishna's supremacy, one surrenders and worships Krishna with a good intelligence and good intentions, that characteristics and qualities of devotees are mentioned in this 9th shloka, 10.9th shloka. I request all of you to memorize these shlokas. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattas sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante maam buddha bhava samantah matchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam tushyanti cha ramanti cha katayantascha maam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So memorize these shlokas. Understand these basic concepts of Krishna consciousness. If you understand this, now next shlokas, 10th and 11th shlokas, they discuss about the one important aspect, that is reciprocation between the devotees and Krishna. How they reciprocate with each other. Just like without a girlfriend, a boyfriend cannot live. Without a boyfriend, girlfriend cannot live. They always want to spend time each other, speak to each other. They want to spend time each other. Similarly, pure devotees, Prabhupada explains. Similarly, pure devotees, they cannot live without Krishna. And there is no meaning for Krishna without pure devotees. Without pure devotees, there is no Krishna. There is no, it is Krishna is nothing. Without Krishna, pure devotees, nothing. Ahead in 10th and 11th shlokas, we will discuss more details about this aspect. So please join us tomorrow again. So 10th chapter, 8th shloka, 9th shloka we completed. If there are any questions, comments, we can take. Hare Krishna. So 9th shloka discusses about the characteristics and precautions for a devotee. So we have a link here. If you have any questions, you can post there. We have a quiz in the Gita Jayanti day. On the Gita Jayanti day, we have a gift quiz.
I had a question.
On this post. Yes, Prabhu.
How much time it takes to attend from starting stage to mature stage?
How much time it takes?
To attain from beginning stage to mature stage.
That depends on how much baggages we have. That depends on two factors. That depends how many karmic reactions we have done, how much papa karma we had in previously, how much karma bandhana we got stuck up to now. That depends on that factor. Another factor, it depends on how much seriously we are taking up Krishna consciousness in terms of practice. In terms of practice, how much seriously we are going ahead. And third factor, it's not simple, but it's very, very important. That is a mercy. Guru Prasada, Guru Krishna Prasada. That depends on mercy of the previous acharyas. These are the three factors. How much time it takes? One time, one devotee was asking Prabhupada in the class. That short video is there on YouTube. Maybe you can browse it and see. One devotee is asking Prabhupada, how much time it takes to surrender to Krishna? How many years it takes for us to surrender to Krishna? Prabhupada says, 1 minute. 1 minute it takes. So strongly Prabhupada says, are you not reading Bhagavad Gita? Are you not reading Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned. 1 minute. Within 1 minute, you can surrender to Krishna, Prabhupada says. So that is a Prabhupada answer. But at my level of understanding, these are the three aspects that determines our progress in Krishna consciousness. One point is how much sincere we are. Okay, one point is how much sincere we are in Krishna consciousness in terms of practice. How many baggages we have in our previous karmic reactions. And third, but not least, the mercy of Krishna, mercy of devotees, mercy of Guru. I hope this answers you, Sai Ram Prabhu, Sri Ram Prabhu.
Okay, thank you for your response.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Any other questions, comments? Any other questions, comments we have? Okay, thank you all very much. So tomorrow we will meet again. Please join us tomorrow. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Prabhu, you had
Jagadguru
told up
Shri-
to 10, no, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Up to 10 you told, no, Prabhu. Up to 10 you told, no, Prabhu. Meeting.
Oh, no. If there are discussion, I love to have a discussion. If any devotees have any questions, we can take.
Okay.
Any questions, comments we can have, we will take it. That's not a problem. But whatever.
At my part it is completed.
Okay.
From the
So
class,
because
I
whatever
got
Prabhupada covers
clarity.
in the purport, whatever Prabhupada covers in the purport, and whatever the main important points I have covered. If anybody has a questions within it, they can ask. Actually, it's one person speaking constantly. It should be katayantascha, bodayantam. There is a great relishment if somebody speaks and we speak. Then there is a great pleasure comes up. So that's why I request
It's
devotees
correct
to
only.
speak up. Yes, Prabhu.
It's correct only, Prabhuji. It's correct only, Prabhuji. But to some extent, if your class, if the topic is more, they can. What is my opinion is, if the topic is more, they can raise questions more. If a topic is less, from their understanding, they can't raise. I am thinking. It's only
So
my
the
part, but I can't tell all over.
important practical point is it's our practice. In our practice,
Okay.
we are a preliminary stage. At our preliminary stage, we should practice sadhana bhakti. Daily wake up early morning, attend Mangalarati, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, associate with devotees, serve Krishna, serve devotees with your senses, mind, intelligence, under the guidance of a devotee. Gradually and progressively, we come to mature stage. So that is our responsibility.
Okay.
It's all of our responsibility. How much sincerely we are chanting Hare Krishna Mantra daily. How much dedicated we are for Krishna consciousness.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Som Bhatla Achita Prabhu, please.
Prabhuji, just one small doubt, Prabhuji. From the entire Bhagavad Gita, can we have around 15 to 20 commandments where people can follow in this Maya or in this Kali Yuga? From this particular point of view, 15 to 20 points, if you can give the main points, so at least we try, we cannot follow the entire 700 slokas, at least 15 in a small way where people can understand and try to imbibe in their day-to-day activities.
Yes, definitely. So, in 2 minutes, I will give 10 points. Please note it down somewhere. Make sure that we try to follow it. 1. Chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. First and foremost important thing. Chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra at least 15 minutes per daily basis. Second, serve Krishna at your level best. Dana, your Shakti, your Thana, Mana, Dhana, whatever possible, give a donation to Krishna temple, ISKCON temple, or feed devotees of Krishna, Sadhu Bhojan. Sponsor some Bhagavad Gitas, distribute Bhagavad Gita. At your level, do some service. Chant Hare Krishna, do some practical service, and preach Krishna consciousness. At least daily, one person you ask, chant Hare Krishna. You chant Hare Krishna, make others chant Hare Krishna. And visit a temple. Weekly once or monthly once, visit a temple, ISKCON temple, nearby ISKCON temple. And discuss with devotees. Open up yourself, discuss with the devotees, open up your problems, take suggestions, guidance. And 6th, be ready to take the corrections. Sixth one. And 7th one, read Shastra yourself. Swadhyaya is very, very important. Read Shastra yourself. 8th one, try to wake up early morning. Try to be in Sattva Guna. 9th, hear Prabhupada lectures. Read Prabhupada books, hear Prabhupada lectures. 10th, keep coming, keep associating with devotees, keep joining for sessions more and more. Gita for you sessions.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna